More than 4 months after the start of the Russian offensive on Ukraine, the world has changed, and Russia is once again at odds with Western powers. As the Russian leadership is portraying it, the ones who have raised this new Iron Curtain in Europe are the countries of the Atlantic Alliance after their recent summit in Madrid.
It seems to me that the best conclusion we can make is that the NATO in Madrid accomplished an evolutionary about-face in its development after having been founded in 1949 and came back to its roots, i.e., to principles of providing security, military security dating back to the Cold War time period.
Isolated from the international scene, the Russian president now seeks to strengthen the few allies he has left, especially with the Belarusian leader Alexander Lukashenko. The two have a plan for unification, which Mr. Putin contends the West is actually helping achieve.
Unprecedented political and sanctions-related pressure exerted by the so-called collective West is pushing us to expedite the process of integration.
In a divided Europe, the possibility of Ukraine and Moldova, former parts of the Soviet Union, ending up joining the Western Bloc, specifically the European Union, is also a matter of concern for the Kremlin, though analysts say NATO is Moscow's main fear.
The Russian leadership is mostly concerned by the deployment of the hostile military infrastructure on the territory of these countries. But since the European Union is not a strong player in the field of security, the rapprochement of Ukraine with the European Union should be less of a concern for the Kremlin than the rapprochement of Ukraine with NATO.
On the streets, sentiments about the Atlantic Alliance are often negative.
We are not aggressive, but you, NATO, do not occupy our space. Let us put it like that. Putin is quite correct in stating that we do not touch you, and you, NATO, do not touch our borders.
But there are those who, after making sure that we are not from Russian state television, say otherwise.
I do not consider NATO hostile. Neither do I consider it as targeting against Russia. I think this is a club of interests. Let us put it like that. I do not see any threat in it for Russia.
Life goes on in Moscow, while day by day more people believe a new Iron Curtain seems to be stretching across Europe, a second Cold War, or perhaps simply the old Cold War that never quite disappeared. Marcus Harton, VOA News.